Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of my anti-journal series. So if you haven't seen my first one, I will link it in the top right hand corner of this video. Make sure you go watch that so you can get caught up with my series, and let's get on with the video. So pretty much, if you haven't seen my other video, I kind of talk about what an anti-journal is, but pretty much it's an art journal where you fill in different pages with the prompts that they give you, and it's similar to a Wreck This Journal or a This Is Not a Book. But in every episode, I'm going to be showing you like 5-ish pages that I've completed. Some this week I completed off camera and some I completed on camera. So I would love it if you guys would vote. Also in the top right hand corner of this video, if you would like to see more on camera prompts or off camera, just so I kind of know what you guys want. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. This first one that I completed says repeat and alter. So pretty much it gave you this grid of the designs, and then it gave you this one box that had designs in it, and pretty much you just take that pattern and you repeat and alter as the directions tell you. And then I did that just in like a black marker, and then I colored it with some Crayola Super Tips in 4 different colors. Then over here it says critique this work. So I wrote cool colors, bad coloring, because my marker kept on bleeding with the black marker that I used before. But overall I'm really happy with how this page turned out, and yeah. Okay, so this next page just says radiate, and I kind of took that as, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like a sun or something. So I drew a mandala, or however you say that. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I drew that on a separate piece of paper just because the paper in here is quite thin. So I doodled that with a fine liner, and then to color it in I just used some watercolor, and I really like how this turned out. So I cut a hole in the middle of it so then you could still see the prompt on the page, which was radiate, as I mentioned before. And then for the background I just used another piece of paper with watercolor, and then I just drew a bunch of little triangles on top. And some pages I like to make shiny, or to just seal everything together, so I use packing tape on here, as you can see, so it makes it nice and smooth. And yeah, so there's my second page. So this next page has 2 on there. So this first one says a 1-minute drawing. So for this one, pretty much I set my timer and drew something in 1 minute. As you can probably tell, I did not color everything in 1 minute. I thought that was allowed because it does say a 1-minute drawing, but I'm sorry if you do not agree with me. But anyways, I drew this plant, and then I colored it in with some Crayola Super Tips, and yeah, pretty basic. And then on the other side it says an anti-paint chart. I made a new heading for the top, and for the background I just added a bunch of black stripes. So pretty much what the prompt says is label each swatch by randomly selecting words. Color each swatch as the word inspires. So pretty much I wrote random words underneath all these boxes that were given to you, and then with my koi watercolors I just used my watercolors to paint in the swatches as I thought the words would represent. So yeah, so for example, this one is called crunch, and I used an orange color for that because I thought orange best represented the word. But yeah, so here is this page. So this next page says keep adding layers. So for this I pretty much just did exactly as the prompt said. I kept adding layers. I used things such as washi tape, paper, magazine, some pencil shavings, tape, stickers, ribbon, pretty much whatever I could find at my desk, and I really like how it turned out. Oh, post-it notes. But yeah, I absolutely love how this page turned out. I love doing collage pages like this. I think they always end up turning out really unique and different. But yeah, and as you can see, the other page is still blank, which I will do sometime in the future. And this next page has 2 different prompts on it. The top says turn things on their head, and the bottom says cut up a photo and transform it into an abstract composition. So I started by doing the bottom. I took an old photo from a trip, cut that up into random geometric shapes and glued those on. And then I made the top black so I thought it would contrast better with the bottom. And then I used some magazine pieces of random objects and then I turned them upside down. So for example, I have a teacup here, a plant, nail polish, tie, sunglasses, smoothie, etc. And yeah, so this page is pretty basic, but I like how it turned out. And that is the completed second episode of my Auntie Journal series. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and comment down below which page I did today was your favorite, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, and thank you for watching.